Bock and Jack has hit 100,000 subscribers thanks to you. So, cheers. Well, we actually hit 100,000 subscribers a couple of weeks ago, but I was ill last week and I wanted to wait until the channel got verified, and so that's why it's a couple of weeks late. And I'm drinking whiskey rather than coffee because when I announced that the channel had hit 100,000 subscribers on Instagram, I got quite a few messages from people saying, so, congratulations, what are you going to treat yourself to? And if I'm honest, we've decided that we're going to live very frugally for at least the next couple of years so that we can drive money into building the business. And so I won't be treating myself to a new watch. I will be getting a new watch at some point, but that's after moving my collection around. So my collection isn't going to grow, it's just going to transform into other things. So rather than buying a new watch, I treated myself to some whiskey. This is the first bottle of whiskey I've ever bought. I'm not really a whiskey drinker. I went to the Isle of Mull on holiday with the family. It was completely raining, so there wasn't much for us to do apart from visit this distillery. And so we took, me, my wife and the two young kids, on a tour of the Tobermory Distillery. It was fascinating seeing how whiskey is made, and after the tour we had some whiskey tasting, and that was the first time of tasting whiskey with someone who's very, very knowledgeable. The chap who did the tour was very knowledgeable about whiskey, obviously, and he was talking us through the tasting and what creates a taste, and it came to this 12-year-old's single malt. And this just tasted completely different from everything else that I'd ever tasted before. In my very novice description, this is a sweet taste, it's got the smoky taste, but those elements just feel well balanced. It's just nice, and I like it. I know this isn't particularly expensive within the realms of alcoholic drinks or particularly whiskey, but 45 quid for a bottle of brown water. It felt like a treat. So that's cheers. This is my treat for 100,000. I guess the big thing about this video, the main point of the video, is just a big thanks, a massive thanks, in fact. That I'm humbled by the generosity that comes through with this channel. Whether it's just your time, the generosity in your time in watching the videos, listen to me ramble on. Whether it's you sharing feedback or sharing, but supportive or constructive feedback on the channel, whether generosity in sharing the content out with your watch friends, all of that support is just massive. And I used to dream about winning the lottery. I wasn't all that happy in my previous job for various reasons. I enjoyed the industry that I was in HR, but I was in a position that I just wasn't motivated, and there were other things that I wanted to do. I used to have a company before, and it died, and then I moved into the corporate world, and it just wasn't for me. And I envy those who it is for and who are able to climb the ladder. I wasn't able to do that, and I just felt stuck. And creating videos was my escape from that. So the fact that the place that I escaped to has become my job is mind-blowing. For me, that is just absolutely incredible. I used to dream about winning the lottery, and what I'd do with that money would be make content, whether it's photographs or videos, and it'd be about watches. Those are my two passions combined, are watches and cameras, or photography and video. And so I'm literally living what I imagined my lottery dream life be, granted without the money, but money. And looking back, my realization is that money isn't everything. When you're in the corporate world, you're always striving for money. You want that bigger salary. You want that bigger job title. At least that's what I was gunning for. And looking back, that isn't, for me, that isn't happiness. That isn't fulfilling. I wasn't getting satisfaction from that. Me creating content and learning, getting feedback from you guys, getting whether it's feedback of enjoyment or feedback on how to improve, all of that is where I get satisfaction. I just enjoy what I'm doing, and it blows my mind that I can have a job that I love so much. And again, this wouldn't be possible. This wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you. You guys have been the building blocks to creating all of this, and yeah, just thanks so much. When it comes to YouTube, 100,000 subscribers. The number of subscribers doesn't matter when it comes to YouTube. The biggest thing, there's quite a few factors that you have to look at when you're doing YouTube. Subscribers isn't actually that important. It's not important. Views are the important part. It doesn't matter if you've got 1 million subscribers. You can have 1 million subscribers and 500,000 views a month, and that's terrible. So it's all about views. The important thing about hitting 100,000 subscribers is that you get this little tick, or you might get this little tick, and this little tick means that you're verified. What happens is when you hit 100,000 subscribers, you're allowed to apply to be verified. It's basically just a button that you click just to tell YouTube that you want to be audited. And YouTube then start the process of doing a 2-week-long audit on your channel. They look at everything from copyright strikes, community guideline strikes, views, subscribers, and they make sure all of that is legit. You only get verified, you only get this little tick if everything is kosher. And that's quite a big badge of honor, especially in this social media world where a lot of people do fake it. A lot of companies fake it. A lot of people buy subscribers, a lot of people buy views. You can't get verified if you do that. And that's not to say that if you see a channel over 100,000 subscribers, if they don't have a tick, that doesn't mean they have bought views. It doesn't mean they have bought subscribers. It doesn't mean they have copyright strikes. They might just not be all that interested in being verified, and they might not have ticked, pressed the little button to be audited. Equally, they could have done one of those bad things. This video's turned into a bit of a ramble. Sorry. I probably shouldn't be drinking at the same time of trying to talk. But just thanks. Thanks for building this. For someone who's gone from having a job and not liking that job, not liking that lifestyle, that situation, to go from that situation to this situation is just mind-blowing. And you facilitated that change. And it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So thanks. A big thanks. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.